Hello YouTubers, today we are changing the oil on our 2013 X3 BMW. It's got the 2-liter twin turbo engine. As I'll show you here, we have done already some preliminary stuff. I've put the car up on some jack stands, and I have taken off the cover where you can access the drain plug. It's just on this particular model, there's two little bolts. These are both 8mm bolts. You take those down, you pop off this little shield, it just slips off, and then that exposes your drain plug nut. The drain plug nut is a 17mm, so it's a pretty stout socket, a pretty stout bolt. And so you'll need a fairly, probably do the 1/2-inch drive would be the better selection. And then you just crawl underneath the car and take it off. And of course, make sure you have a drain pan and catch all the oil. So we're gonna go do that right now. Okay, so we're under the car now. And as you can see, here's where I took the little shield off. There's where the little bolts would be. And then that right there, right up above, this right here is the actual drain plug. And I have already loosened that. So I've put my pan in position for the oil. And you just take that out, and you're just gonna let the oil drain out. Okay, so we have drained the oil. And as you can see, our oil is pretty black. So the next step, and then we've just reversed our process. We've put the drain plug back, and we've put the cover back. That's pretty straightforward. The next thing that we have to do is we have to take out the oil filter, and the oil filter is located right underneath this little plastic cover. You're going to need a special wrench. Some have a wrench that actually goes over, a cap that goes over this one. I happen to have pliers. You can buy these anywhere, Walmart, O'Reilly's, blah 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 blah, whatever, Harbor Freight. I think they're like $10 to $15. So it's whatever you want. You can buy the little caps if you want to go that route, if you're more comfortable with that. Those are like $5-6. So I'm gonna be right back because I'll need both my hands to do this. Okay, so we loosened it, and then it's just taking this off. Okay. And I'm just going to unscrew this all the way, and it's screwed down there. It wasn't really tight. It's like about 2.5 pounds torque on there. It says on the cap, if you want to torque it, you can. It's just don't over torque it, because it is plastic and you do not want to break the cap. Okay, so we pull this up. There's our cap. There's our dirty, nasty oil filter. Go. There it is. And yeah. So I took the filter out, as you can see, and separate from the cap. Now there's two washers that you have to replace. So there's the washer right there on the very tip. So there's a little washer right here that you need to take that off. And then there is the seal, this blue seal. That comes off. Now, when you buy your oil filter, here's the new oil filter, and here is the number. This is made for BMW filters, and that's the number for you for this particular model. It comes all in the oil filter. Now, I actually purchased a kit online through the BMW dealer, just because, and it was like $107 because BMW runs. This is full synthetic oil. It's like, what is it? 530, and specifically for the twin turbo. Castrol makes this oil, and even on the BMW, right on the oil plug, it says Castrol approved. So you can get your Castrol, but make sure that it is full synthetic. Don't get your just conventional oil, because you'll burn up those twin turbos. So now I'm going to need both my hands, and I'm going to take those, replace this, and replace this. So now we have replaced the seal here. We put the new seal here, and we just stick our oil filter on there, just like that. So that's on there. And if you see down in here, I've gone ahead and I've taken a rag, actually these blue towels, shop towels, and I've soaked up all the oil, all the excess oil in there. I want to try and start off with as clean of oil as I can. And like I said, you can use the Castrol, as it says right here on the, right there on the oil cap itself. Castrol oil is BMW approved. Okay, full synthetic. Make sure it's full synthetic. 5W30. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to get a quart of oil. So there's our quart of oil, and you are going to put oil in there, and then you are going to, not a lot, just enough to get the oil filter soaked up, because you definitely do not want to start these engines dry. Not a good thing to do. So we've just reversed the process. So you just tighten this all the way down, hand tight. Remember, it's plastic. And then just took my wrench here, oil wrench, and gave it a nice snug turn. If you have the wrench where you can torque it down, it's 2.5 foot-pounds. So it's just not a lot. I mean, you can almost do that with your own hands, but you know, if you're really technical, you can. If you've tightened enough bolts and nuts and things like that, like I have over the years, then you know what's tight and what's not over tight. So then now, the only thing left to do is fill it up. And with that, you're going to put, well, I have a total of 8 quarts of oil. And I'm not sure exactly if you're going to use all 8 quarts, but this right here, just filling this oil pump up, which is, it is a high pressure oil pump, I used 3/4, almost a whole quart of oil. You know, soaking up the filter and filling that up with oil. So it does use quite a bit of oil. But you know, you just pull your dipstick as you go and check it when you have your proper flow level. And your dipstick, let me show you where that is located at. Okay, so evidently I cannot find the dipstick on this thing. Hey, you know what? That is why I'm doing these videos, because I'm learning right along with you guys when it comes to these cars. But the one thing I'm sure of is that I'm not afraid to work on it, because it is just, it's an internal combustion engine. It's just, you know, more advanced than the things that I have always worked on. So we just pour our oil in there, and well, since it was a BMW kit and it was 8 quarts of oil, I'm assuming it's going to be 8 quarts of oil. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up, find the owner's manual, and see exactly how many quarts of oil this thing does need. But with that, that's pretty much it. That is our video for this series. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please subscribe and like. I would really appreciate that. Thank you, and we'll see you later.